Yes, guys, we have finally won. We, as fans of this majestic, legendary kaiju called Godzilla, our very own king of the monsters, is coming back once again on the silver screen, this time as part of the sequel to the Oscar-winning Godzilla Minus One. Yes, you heard it right. Godzilla Minus One is getting a sequel, just as I have been speculating for so long now. The announcement was made by Toho themselves on X, which you can currently see on your screens. It says further details on this information will follow. To add more to the joy, it is also confirmed that Takashi Yamazaki, the writer and director of Godzilla Minus One himself, will return to write and direct the follow-up. The announcement couldn't have come at a better time because, as you may already know, that the Big G is currently celebrating his 70th anniversary. I am so unbelievably happy for this news, not just because we are getting more Godzilla content, but because of the fact that the Big G Man is once again returning back to his dark, grittier origins after witnessing him turn into some kind of a superhero in the most recent Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. Now, don't be so quick to hate me for saying that out loud, because I am not in any way criticizing the current MonsterVerse version of the character. But taking into consideration everything that is unfolding in Hollywood, how movie franchises these days are just looking to copy and follow the MCU path in a desperate effort to earn some easy money, I am actually quite glad to witness the Big G Man making a return to his origins at Toho one more time, especially with what they managed to achieve with Godzilla Minus One last year and Shin Godzilla 2016. Now, if you remember the ending of Godzilla Minus One, the Big G was shown to be regenerating from his fragments under the ocean, which is where I believe the sequel could start off. The sequel at this point could literally go in any possible direction. There is a possibility that it could turn out to be another human-centric monster movie where the main focus is on the human characters, and Godzilla is shown as this living epitome of death and destruction, which the humans have to overcome against all the odds. But the possibility of that happening is almost zero because of the simple fact that, in that case, there are not many things you could do differently other than Godzilla rising up from under the ocean and stomping over cities all over again. I am almost 100% certain that the sequel is going to introduce us to a major kaiju who is going to act as the other main antagonist and will have an epic monster battle with the Big G. In fact, fans have already started speculating on this idea. Some believe that the sequel will feature Anguirus, while others believe it could be Rodan, and some even believe that the sequel could feature Destroya himself. However, after doing my fair share of research, I think I might know for sure who this mysterious titan could be. At this point, I want to draw your attention to the ending of Godzilla Minus One, where we can see something growing in Noriko's neck. If you remember, earlier in the movie, Noriko sacrificed herself to save Koichi and gets struck by Godzilla's atomic breath in the process. However, at the end of the movie, we see that Noriko somehow magically survives this brutal incident and has almost no injury marks on her body apart from this weird spot on her neck. Now, what I am about to reveal to you next will definitely well and truly blow your mind away. A few months ago, at a fan event in Osaka in Japan, Takashi Yamazaki, the writer-director of Godzilla Minus One, as well as the upcoming sequel, confirmed that the black mark on Noriko's neck was made up of none other than cells and DNA of the Big G himself. In the film, we witnessed Godzilla healing itself at a remarkable speed several times. So it's safe to speculate that the exposure to G cells during the blast is what, in fact, saved Noriko's life. At the end of Minus One, we see Godzilla regenerating, meaning he will come back in a sequel. I believe what happened is that a small piece of Godzilla latched onto her, and rather than creating a second Godzilla, a new creature was born as a result. At the end of the movie, we see her in a hospital, and if I'm correct, there were flowers besides her bed. These flowers could actually symbolize and indicate something much bigger and significant. I am talking about this majestic and larger-than-life plant monster called Biolante. If you have watched the Godzilla vs. Biolante movie, you would know that this thing is formed from a plant, woman, and Godzilla's DNA. Conveniently, all three of these things were in the same room together. Another thing to note is that after Godzilla's rampage in Minus One, the film takes a few moments to focus on some scientists collecting samples of Godzilla from the wreckage. This mirrors the first scene of Godzilla vs. Biolante, where scientists are collecting Godzilla cells from the wreckage of the previous movie. So, as you can see, this was certainly not some weird coincidence, but was done absolutely on purpose to set up the sequel. they are definitely well and truly setting up a Godzilla vs. Biolante movie as the sequel. And I believe Biolante would absolutely work in this grounded post-World War universe, because Biolante is literally a walking, living representation of the destruction carried out by mankind on the environment. To be honest, I already have chills running down my spine, visualizing a modern-day Godzilla vs. Biolante movie with the kind of VFX and CGI that we witnessed in -1. Let me tell you that Biolante is definitely one of my top 3 kaijus, and I honestly feel that she is the most unique and underrated kaiju. Her design, I believe, is one of the coolest for any kaiju in history, and has one of the most emotional and meaningful backstories you could ever think of. So, to see her make a return in the sequel for Godzilla -1 would actually be like a dream come true for me. Of course, there is the possibility that she might not end up appearing in the movie after all. However, I am pretty sure we are going to see at least one very iconic kaiju making a return to the silver screen. It could be Hedorah, it could be Anguirus, it could be Rodan, or it could even be Destroya or Space Godzilla. Either way, I am absolutely pumped and excited to hear about the confirmation of the sequel to Godzilla -1, and I absolutely cannot wait for its release. So, that is all I had to share in this video. Do let me know your thoughts and ideas on this subject in the comments down below. If you enjoyed watching, please do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.